Pause for a moment. Before you dive back into the dating world, before you send that text or agree to that date, ask yourself this: are you truly ready? What if the way you've been approaching love is holding you back? In this video, we're uncovering 3 Stoic truths that will reshape not just how you date, but how you understand yourself and those around you. Intrigued? Let's get started. Before we dive into these 3 essential truths, let's take a step back and consider something deeper. Relationships are one of the most significant parts of our lives. They shape us, challenge us, and sometimes break us. But have you ever wondered if there's a way to navigate love with clarity, strength, and balance? That's where Stoicism comes in. For centuries, Stoic philosophers like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus have offered profound insights into human emotions and connections. Their teachings aren't just about enduring life's challenges, they're about mastering your inner world so you can show up better in every part of your life, including relationships. But what does wisdom from ancient Rome and Greece have to do with modern dating? A lot more than you might think. In this video, we're not just exploring truths that can help you find love, we're uncovering lessons that can help you find yourself. Because when you date from a place of self-awareness and inner strength, you don't just attract the right person, you become the right person. Let's begin. Truth 1: Control versus influence. Have you ever found yourself trying so hard to impress someone, hoping they'd like you back? Maybe you stayed up late waiting for a text, replayed conversations in your head, or bent over backward to make them happy, only to end up feeling drained and unfulfilled. It's a frustrating cycle, isn't it? One that leaves you questioning your worth, wondering if you're ever enough. But here's the truth: that exhaustion doesn't come from the effort you're putting in, it comes from trying to control something that's never been yours to control. This is where Stoicism offers us a much-needed perspective. The philosophy teaches us to focus on what is within our control and let go of what isn't. At its core, this idea is simple, yet so powerful. You see, we often make the mistake of thinking we can control how someone feels about us, whether they'll text us back, want to spend time with us, or commit to a relationship. But the truth is, we can't. Their feelings, their actions, their choices, those things are entirely outside our control. What is within your control, though, is how you show up. Your thoughts, your actions, your responses, these are the things that truly belong to you. And when you shift your focus to these, something incredible happens. You stop pouring all your energy into someone else's opinions or reactions and start investing it where it truly matters, in yourself. Think about it this way. Imagine you're trying to water a plant, but instead of pouring water into the soil, you're pouring it onto the concrete next to it, hoping it'll somehow seep through and nourish the roots. It won't. The same is true for relationships. If you're constantly chasing someone's approval, you're neglecting the one person you have power over, yourself. So, what does this look like in practice? It means choosing to focus on your growth. If they don't reply to your text, don't spiral into overthinking. Instead, use that time to do something that nurtures you: read, exercise, learn something new, or simply rest. If they seem distant, don't twist yourself into knots trying to figure out what you did wrong. Instead, reflect on what you can do to show up as your best self, whether in that relationship or another area of your life. When you focus on what you can control, your growth, your actions, your responses, you not only free yourself from unnecessary stress, but you also become a more grounded, self-assured person. And here's the thing: that kind of confidence, it's magnetic. It draws the right people into your life, the ones who value you for who you truly are. So, the next time you catch yourself obsessing over someone else's behavior or feelings, pause. Ask yourself, is this within my control? If the answer is no, let it go. Redirect that energy toward yourself. Because the only thing you truly have the power to shape is your character, and that's more than enough to create the life, and the relationships, you deserve. Doesn't that feel lighter? Doesn't it feel like freedom? Truth 2, desire versus contentment. Why do we rush into relationships? Have you ever asked yourself that? Is it truly love that we're searching for, or could it be that we're just trying to escape the heavy silence of loneliness? It's a question that can stop you in your tracks, one that forces you to look inward and reflect on your motivations. So often, we confuse desire with love, thinking that if we just find the right person, everything will fall into place. But does it ever really work that way? Here's the thing, Stoicism teaches us that true happiness doesn't come from external things, it comes from inner peace. Seneca, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, put it beautifully, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. In other words, no person, no relationship, no outside force can truly make you happy. That's something you have to cultivate within yourself. But what happens when we don't understand this? We enter relationships carrying the weight of our discontent. If you're not at peace with yourself, that emptiness follows you wherever you go, even into a relationship. You might find yourself clinging to your partner, looking to them to fill the gaps, to fix what feels broken inside you. But this creates a cycle of dependency, where your happiness depends entirely on someone else's actions or presence. And that kind of pressure, it's not fair to you or your partner. Now let's flip the script. What happens when you approach relationships from a place of contentment? Imagine this, you're at peace with who you are. You've taken the time to know yourself, to understand your own needs, and to nurture your happiness. When you enter a relationship, you're not looking for someone to complete you, you're looking for someone to complement you. And that difference? It's everything. When you seek someone to complete you, you're essentially handing them the responsibility for your happiness. But when you seek someone to complement you, you're saying, I'm already whole. I'm already enough. But I'd love to walk this journey with someone who enriches my life, not defines it. So how do you know where you stand? Before you date again, take a step back and ask yourself some honest questions. Are you comfortable with being alone? Do you feel secure in your own company, or do you dread the silence? Do you know what makes you happy, what lights you up, beyond the presence of another person? If the answers are difficult to face, that's okay. It simply means this is your opportunity to work on finding that contentment within yourself. Contentment doesn't mean you don't want a relationship or that you stop longing for connection. It means you've built a solid foundation within yourself, so when the right person comes along, they're walking into something steady, not shaky. Relationships built on two individuals who are content on their own are stronger, healthier, and more fulfilling because they're based on growth and partnership, not on filling voids. This isn't about rejecting love or connection, it's about preparing yourself to embrace it in the healthiest way possible. When you bring a sense of inner peace into your relationships, you don't just elevate your own experience, you also create an environment where love can thrive without unnecessary expectations or pressure. So, the next time you think about dating again, pause. Take a moment to reflect. Ask yourself, am I looking for someone to complete me, or am I ready for someone to complement me? The difference may feel subtle, but it's the foundation of a relationship that can truly last. Because real love doesn't fix you, it finds you when you're already whole. Truth 3, love as a virtue. What if I told you that love isn't just a feeling? It's not the butterflies in your stomach or the spark you feel when someone looks at you in a certain way. Those moments may feel magical, but they're fleeting. Real love, true, lasting love, is something much deeper. It's a virtue. It's an act of courage, commitment, and an ongoing choice to wish the best for someone else, even when it's not easy. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, captured this idea beautifully. He believed that to love is to wish the best for someone, not because it benefits you, but because you genuinely care for their well-being. Think about that for a moment. It's not about controlling them, expecting something in return, or attaching conditions to your affection. Love, in its purest form, is selfless and rooted in empathy, honesty, and a genuine desire for growth, both for yourself and for the person you care about. But here's where love becomes a challenge. In today's world, it's easy to fall into the trap of selfish expectations. We often approach relationships asking, what can this person do for me? Will they make me happy? Will they give me what I need? While these questions are natural, they shift the focus of love from giving to taking. When love becomes about possession or fulfilling our own desires, it loses its depth and authenticity. So how do we shift our perspective? How do we embody love as a virtue rather than a transaction? The answer lies in letting go of selfish expectations and approaching relationships with empathy and honesty. This means truly seeing your partner as an individual, someone with their own dreams, struggles, and growth journeys. It means supporting them without trying to mold them into who you think they should be. Imagine this: instead of asking, what can I get from this relationship, you start asking, what can I give? Not in a way that depletes you or compromises your values, but in a way that fosters mutual growth. Love isn't about losing yourself, it's about expanding yourself. When you love someone, you're not just offering them your affection, you're offering them your support, your patience, and your willingness to grow alongside them. This doesn't mean love is always easy. It's often one of the most challenging things we'll ever do. It requires vulnerability, resilience, and a deep commitment to navigating life's uncertainties together. But it's in those moments of difficulty that love as a virtue truly shines. When you can stand by someone even when things aren't perfect, when you can communicate honestly even when it's uncomfortable, when you can wish them the best even when it feels hard, that's when love becomes transformative. So how does this apply to your life? The next time you're in a relationship, or considering starting one, take a moment to reflect on your mindset. Are you focused on what you can take, or on what you can give? Are you approaching love with a sense of ownership, or with a sense of partnership? Remember, love isn't about possession. It's not about holding on tightly or trying to control someone else's journey. It's about creating a space where you can grow into the best versions of yourselves. And sometimes, that means stepping back and allowing them to be who they are, even when it's different from what you expected. When love becomes a virtue, it transforms not only your relationships but also your entire perspective on life. You begin to see love as an act of courage, choosing to care deeply, even in the face of uncertainty. You see it as an act of commitment, showing up for someone, even when it's hard. And most importantly, you see it as an opportunity for growth, for both you and your partner. So, as you navigate the world of relationships, keep this truth in mind: love isn't about what you can possess. It's about what you can nurture. It's not about finding someone who completes you, it's about building a partnership where you both inspire each other to grow. That is love as a virtue. That is love at its deepest, most powerful level. Because in the end, real love isn't just a feeling. It's a choice. A choice to give, to grow, and to honor the incredible journey of two individuals walking side by side. As we come to the end of this journey, let's take a moment to reflect on the 3 Stoic truths we've explored together. These aren't just philosophical ideas, they're guiding principles that can transform how you approach love, relationships, and even yourself. First, remember the importance of focusing on what you can control. In relationships, it's easy to get caught up in trying to manage someone else's feelings or actions, but Stoicism reminds us that the only thing truly within our power is ourselves, our thoughts, our actions, and how we show up in the world. When you let go of what you can't control, you free yourself from unnecessary stress and open the door to healthier, more balanced relationships. Second, find contentment within yourself before seeking it in someone else. We often rush into relationships, thinking they'll solve our loneliness or fill an emptiness inside us. But true happiness and inner peace come from within. If you're not content alone, that discontent will follow you into any relationship. Instead, take the time to build a strong foundation of self-awareness and self-love, so you're ready to connect with someone from a place of wholeness, not dependency. And finally, treat love as a virtue, not a transaction. Love isn't about possession or fulfilling selfish desires, it's about empathy, commitment, and growth. When you approach relationships with a focus on giving rather than taking, and when you see your partner as an equal who complements your life rather than completing it, you create a space where love can truly thrive. It's not always easy, but it's in those challenges that love reveals its true power. So, as you move forward, let these truths guide you. Focus on what you can control. Find contentment within yourself. And treat love as a virtue, an act of courage and commitment. With these principles in mind, dating becomes more than just a quest for a partner, it becomes a path to personal growth and deeper understanding. Now, I want to hear from you. Which of these truths resonated with you the most? Was it the idea of letting go of control, the importance of finding inner peace, or the concept of love as a virtue? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to know what you're taking away from this. And if you're ready to continue exploring the timeless wisdom of Stoicism and how it applies to every aspect of your life, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Together, we can uncover more insights that will help you grow, connect, and live with purpose. Thank you for watching, and remember, the most meaningful relationships start with the relationship you have with yourself. Until next time, stay grounded, stay wise, and stay true to who you are.